Yes, those were us yesterday.
Oh, sorry. You guys are moving around. You're okay.
Hey, Crescent Barrow, what's up? Ooh. God, this new Tyler mix is so fucking bright in here. I hate it. How's everybody doing tonight? Ooh, we're looking a little sparse. We're a little cluttered on the left side. A little sparse in the back. We got Sean D over here on the right thinking about ordering something that'll spike his blood pressure. All right. I like the silence. I hope it stays like a fucking Holocaust museum in here. This is odd. How's the bar doing back there? Good. This is right on brand. This is going to be a swell night. Jessica Ruiz right up front. Looking great as usual. Number one fan. Brian Richards in the house. Let's see if we can bring the house lights down just a tad. Make it a little intimate in here. It's too bright. I don't like seeing everyone. There's a couple people I wish I hadn't seen at all walking in here. Let's bring the lights in the room down. Leave the stage. I'm black. Don't. Dude, don't. I need all the light I can get up here, man. Let's bring the room lights down. Bring those cans down. Just so the reflectiveness of the tiles. Yeah. Okay. That's all we're gonna get. Sean D, if you could close that fucking door, that'd be awesome. We'll lock people in here. Ooh, yeah. We're gonna do like fucking jokes. 11 p.m. fucking jokes. One of the guests that's supposed to be on our show tonight got pulled over, and they're not black, so things are looking good this year. Feeling pretty good about it. So I'm just gonna stall a little bit till they get here, and then we'll just figure this shit out. We had a spike in the news like today. Today the news got real fucking busy. So we were scrambling, trying to figure out the best way to disappoint y'all with our take on it. And hopefully you're just as disappointed as I feel about getting into the news stories. I got a nice little song queued up. Please give it up for my co-host, the lovely man in red tie. He's designed specifically the spec with Trump's tie. That's the 1% himself, Michael James Turner.
I can promise you this is not for Ed. How's everybody feeling? We're doing okay?
Oh.
I feel like, I don't know if they hate you or me or both.
No, they don't hate anybody. This is just it's an exhausting news week where everybody's just trying to figure out what the fuck is happening this year.
Very draining day.
It is it's a weird
draining day.
It was a draining day, and also like the best thing that's happened this year is Drake. That's how you know how crazy this year has been. Drake has been the shining, emblazoned star of the entire year.
Didn't you argue that that's been the best thing for the past 7 years?
No, okay.
Come on.
I'll tell you what, Views wasn't that great. Views wasn't that great. Views wasn't that
But he
great.
turned the 6 upside down. It's a 9
It's a 9 now. I heard it was a 9 now.
Yeah, it's 6 upside down. Nobody knows the 4th track
They'll-
of Views.
They'll catch up. We'll be playing a lot of Drake and a lot of Kanye West.
This is brought to you
Now
by
that he
White
has returned
Monster.
to form. Holy hell. In a handbag. What'd you do this week, buddy?
Traveling, always traveling. Business deals. Was in Dubai. And
Really?
yeah, money exchanged hands. People are profiting. Nice little week.
Everything went perfectly well. No trouble.
I think.
Oh, here's the
it was
video.
cordial. Oh, there's a
Supposed to be a
video
video
of
of you.
Oh well, you caught a weird portion of the transaction here. That's me in the chair and Out of context, this is kind of weird. I agree.
Oh shit, love that. Well, looks like things are going well in Dubai for you.
I think
that went well. I think that's as best that could have went.
that's the money shot. Is what
That's
they call
the
that.
money shot.
That's actually that. You can only do that in Vegas and Dubai. So
So every week we change the faces on the marquee depending on who did the damnedest this week. Last week we put Kanye back up there because he returned to Twitter. And this week we're keeping Kanye up there because he is the king of Twitter right now. What the fuck has he been doing? Jesus.
I've been tweeting.
I've been tweeting. We had Tristan Thompson up there because, as you know, that is Kanye's family, and he's a cheating, lying sack of shit. But we will take him down because he already had his baby and he's no longer interesting. And we'll just throw, who we're putting up there? Oh, we'll put old Lazy Eye Cosby up there. He made the wall this week. Old Cloudy Eye Cosby. Cloudy Eye Cliff. That's C. Cloudy Eye Cliff up in the house. Motherfucker eyeball look like a snotty nose, yo. That shit is gross. Don't his eyeball like I have a staph infection? This shit is gross, yo.
His eyeball looks like he got strep throat. How your eyeball got strep throat?
How your eyeball look like cereal milk?
Are you clogged? The Fruity Pebble one. At the end of the Fruity Pebbles, your whole eyeball looks like Fruity Pebble.
Motherfucker eyeball.
How are you not clogged up, but your eyeball's clogged up?
You breathing fine. That eyeball stuffy.
You only need vapor rub on your little under eyelid there, right there. Just clear that up.
Okay, so we've made fun of Cosby, and we're going to keep on making fun of Cosby. But we're going to start with this day in history. So we always start off with this day in history, and we talk about some of the things that happened on this day, so you know history and you don't repeat it, or you can repeat it. I don't really give a fuck at this point. It's God's plan at this point.
R.I.P. to Queen Bush again. Been a tough week.
Yeah, Michael had to mourn the loss of the matriarch of his entire dynasty when Barb Bush.
It's like those buildings fell for nothing. R.I.P. to Barbara.
We're off to a hot start. All right, first up on this day in history, 1977, the legendary Studio 54 opens. Studio 54 was the home of disco, cocaine, and cocaine accessories. They were doing so much white horse in Studio 54 that one night somebody came in on a white horse. Look at this shit. This is a shot from the club. First of all, naked as shit. They got a titty hanging out up there. They just rode a horse in here. First of all, the horse is not liking this. Look at that.
Is that Cosby? That's Cosby's eye.
That is Cosby's eye. That's where he got his eyeball.
That's where he got his eyeball.
From the white horse.
I never knew. That's fun.
Oh man.
That's beautiful. That's what happens when you combine gays and cocaine.
Like, let's bring a horse.
Studio 54.
Next up on this day in history, in 1986, Maria Shriver marries Arnold Schwarzenegger. That, of course, went perfectly well. They're happily married. They're still together to this day. No bastard children out of wedlock. Everything's going great.
He became
1986 was a rough year for Arnold, man. He only dropped one movie that year.
It was probably an amazing movie.
It was The Raw Deal. Remember that movie?
Oh, no.
It was a terrible movie.
One was Predator, 87.
That was his worst year. I mean, I don't want to blame Maria Shriver for his 1986 slump, but clearly she has something to do with it.
He married into the Kennedy family, so I think he's doing all right.
The only good thing about that movie is this scene. This is one of my favorite scenes.
You found a clip from the Raw.
This is my favorite scene. I never knew what movie it was from.
You should not drink and bake.
Why couldn't that be in a better movie? That should have been. That should have been a Kindergarten Cop, dude.
I love how he was always just like, he could be a suburban husband. With his accent.
I'd be scared. I would have always thought he was a cop if he lived on my block. Millie Cop on my block. All right, next up on this day in history, last up, 1995, Friday premieres in theaters, and it took About 20 whole years before white women co-opted Bye Felicia from this movie and never understood where it
They
came
have
from.
no idea where it came. It came
I don't
from
even
what?
know. What?
Who was
Bye
it?
Felicia. I don't need to know the name of the movie. Bye Felicia.
Who the fuck is Smokey?
That's Felicia right there.
Bye,
Look at her.
Felicia. That
That's
is my
Felicia.
favorite thing. None
Bye,
of them
Felicia.
knew.
No
None
one
of them
knows.
knew. They were just.
They never knew.
You know, you're making fun of a crackhead whore.
Your muse is a crack-headed whore.
Fictitious,
on the front
of course.
stoop of Compton.
Shout out to Ice Cube.
All right. So next up, we're gonna do the birthdays. We're gonna celebrate the birthdays of celebrities that are doing better than us. First up on the birthday wire, Jet Li turns 55.
Love
There's a
Jet
picture of
Li.
him.
That's great. I love him.
Great in all those
Rumble in the
movies.
Bronx. He was in one of the
Rumble.
all the Rush
No,
hours.
he was the one. That's
He
the
was
one.
the one?
He's the one.
He was the one.
That's the one.
You ever see him Unleashed?
I
That was
did
crazy.
see him
With
Unleashed.
the Mario brother was in that.
He was one of the Mario brothers.
The
John
Mario
Leguizamo
brothers.
was
John
in that.
Leguizamo was in
John
that.
Leguizamo was in that.
Of course.
Okay, next up on the birthday wire, T-Boz turns 48 from TLC. If you pay attention closely to T-Boz, this haircut that she has is a very pioneering haircut. This is a haircut you'll see on any white woman who has mixed race babies. You see a mixed race kid, their mother
wildly
looks
accurate.
just like this, white
Yeah.
with that haircut.
She only fucks with white dudes that do the Wakanda salute.
I seen Black Panther. I took my baby to see Black Panther. We were right directly from Starbucks. They all talk like that. They hood as fuck.
That's not the one that burned the house down?
That's not the one you're confusing.
Didn't she date?
You're
Didn't she date
confusing-
Usher?
No, that
She
did
dated
not.
Usher?
No, that
And
is
burned Andre Rison's
no,
house
that is
down.
Left Eye. I think
She
you
died
got
in the airplane.
confused. No, she's not. She's still alive actually.
All
But
right.
that's
Usher
fair.
didn't confess about
No,
her?
he did not confess about T-Boz. Chill.
Okay.
Now, you got a little confused.
Was
That's
she
okay.
crazy, sexy, or
No,
cool?
okay.
I always forget.
All right.
It's a deep cut. Deep ref to a 1996 album.
Okay.
So I creep.
All right, we gotta move on. With the silk pajamas. Okay, stop. You're getting me worked up. All right. Last up on the birthdays.
Yeah.
I'm back into it. Last up is Melania Trump's birthday. Look at her.
Oh, she is happy.
Yeah, look at her. Look at your face. Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh, Melania Trump. Ooh.
I bet
What
she
do we
could fake a
have?
hell of an orgasm. That's for sure.
I bet you she has not fucked Donald Trump yet.
She
I bet
hasn't-
she's yet to consummate this marriage.
She's got to be doing it like Robin Wright Penn in that show.
That's why her face looks like that, because she knows she's gonna eventually have to fuck him. She's just like, oh god, man. Let's go.
I bet Barry O still comes through the White House to bang that out.
You know,
Pipe down
if
the
you
first
go,
lady.
if you go look at Melania's followers, who she follows on Twitter, she follows 2 Donald Trump profiles, both of the Pences, and Barry O. Tell me Barack isn't fucking Melania. You think he's gotta be doing it?
I wouldn't put it past him.
I wouldn't put it past old Barry Slick Dick O. All right, let's talk about the people that died this week. We didn't have any notable celebrity deaths. The only thing that died this week is what little patience we had left for Kanye West. So, let's get into it.
Patience is a virtue. I'm being patient.
Oh, man, what a week. We're going to talk about the Kanye stuff. We're going to talk about the Cosby stuff. We're going to talk about the stuff you don't even want to talk about, but we're going to talk about it this week. In white peopling, a man shot and killed 4 people, this time in a Waffle House.
That is very white.
White people just doing the damn thing they know how to do best, mass murder. So a man shot and killed 4 people in a Waffle House this week. Witnesses described the man as being naked, wearing only a green jacket. Police asked witnesses if this was who they were looking for. Is this who you're looking for?
And they all said, no hat. I said no hat.
No hat.
I
I
said
mean,
no
he
hat.
matches the
He does
description.
look like- he's got those eyes, though.
He's got killer
Rolled
eyes.
him with those
They're
eyes.
black like coals.
That is as a shooting stance. So.
He's got a lot of jackets to conceal weapons. Is this who you're looking for?
Oh, man. That's good.
A black man came to the rescue and managed to get the gun away from him. But that was only because he was also naked in the Waffle House just trying to eat. So that's a picture of him. Wow, just naked with a waffle. That's who you are.
You couldn't get D'Angelo.
This is an actual picture. I know you might be seeing stock image like watermarks, but
No, that's real.
those are
That's
it's a
real.
real photo. I put those watermarks in there.
2 naked men in a Waffle House.
This week in black people, white peopling, Kanye. Kanye MAGA fucking West. Whew.
It's a lot to unpack.
Oh, Kanye West. Kanye took to Twitter yesterday professing his love for Donnie T, sporting the MAGA hat, as seen here in this picture, next to what looks like an excitable old lesbian fan and a man who clearly just saw a titty he wasn't supposed to see in a Jamba Juice. Look at that, I just saw a titty. I just saw a titty.
I should tell
I
Cheryl.
give you a protein
I'm gonna tell
shot.
Cheryl. She won't fuck
I
with
give
that.
you a protein shot out of acai. I can acai that titty. I see it.
I see what you did. A Kai? It's not a Kai?
I don't know what it is.
Nobody.
If you've been following Twitter, Kanye is losing his mind. But if you've been following his music, Kanye's been losing his mind since 808s and Heartbreaks.
He's really been
All
telling
right.
everybody.
He has been confessing how insane he's been across 10 years of music. On Power, first of all, this is the video for Power. He's like, can you make my eyes whiter than Melania Trump's snatch? Look at this motherfucker. You need a
It's 8
chain
years
that
ago.
big?
8 years ago.
This is ridiculous. He still knew Melania. He's friends with Donald Trump. On Power, he says, no one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking. I just count the hours. Stop tripping. I'm tripping off the power. 21st century schizoid man. If this isn't a confession, I don't know what the fuck is. 21st century, who calls himself a schizoid man? This is Kanye West on Power. And then he goes for it and he goes, on Yeezus, I am a god. Okay? That's when we should have been raising some red flags. I am a god. This is an interview. He's just like, I just told you who I thought I was, a god. This is a real interview with Kanye.
Isn't that the same jacket the chipmunk had on? Was
That
he
might
naked
be
at a
him.
Waffle House?
That might be
Is that him?
That might be him.
I mean, he's definitely white after this week.
Well, he's definitely shooting off.
He's a white male now.
He's
You don't just
definitely-
wear that hat.
He did the transition.
He also has told people you can't tell him nothing for 8 years now. It's ridiculous. People don't
Soon
listen.
as
People don't
niggas
listen
like
to
you,
him,
make
man.
them unlike you. That's what he said.
That is true. Because kissing people's ass is
It's
so
so
unlike
unlike you.
You don't
guys know
listen.
the lyrics.
You guys listen to J. Cole, you don't listen to Kanye.
Yeah,
you ain't
too busy
listening.
to J. Cole.
You
J.
ain't
Cole
listening.
ain't
But
got the
oh,
answers.
J. Cole, you don't
You ain't
listen
got
to
the
J. Cole.
answers, Sway.
J. Cole, you ain't
How,
listening
Sway?
to Cole. Cole's talking about real shit. Kanye's talking about his own shit.
You ain't got the answers,
You
Sway.
ain't got the answer, Sway. How, Sway?
How, Sway?
How, Sway?
How, Sway? Kanye tweeted that him and Trump both have dragon energy. To which Trump tweeted back, thank you, Kanye. Very cool. Which this like sounds like a 12-year-old conversation.
That's dragon talk.
Dude, you
That's
have dragon
talk.
energy. Oh, cool, dude. You have like bird flight.
It's him, Kanye, and Cisco.
Jesus Christ.
Actually, all the members of Drew Hill, I feel like, but definitely Cisco.
Side note, this is what you get when you Google image search for dragon energy. You get this kind of shit. Dragons fucking... That pink dragon is into it,
What
man.
season of Game of Thrones is that from?
I feel like it's the season
I've
we
never seen the show.
yet to see.
I have not seen it.
Holy hell.
Is that from The Wire?
It's dragon energy. This is not from The Wire.
This is not from The Wire.
That's not Cuddy.
I know it's an HBO. That's not
Cuddy.
Cuddy.
That's not Omar.
That's Slim Charles. isn't
That's,
it?
no, it's not Slim Charles either. These are none of the characters from the hits.
If it's a lie, you got to fight on that lie.
Okay, don't drop HBO references. Okay, we have a show to
There's
do.
Slim Charles on
We
the
have a
bottom. and
long
it's
show.
Khaleesi on top.
Okay, so
Isn't that John from Cincinnati?
stop.
That's a deep. I apologize. Only one person went with me on that. Thank you, Thomas. Can you leave?
Thomas is high on LSD. I mean, he already thought this was the show.
He thought that was definitely John
He was
from
like, I
Cincinnati.
definitely seen this. in
I've
season
seen
3.
that film.
Okay. Earlier this week, Don Presidente welcomed French President and weird hand holder Emmanuel Macron. Look at this. Look at that. What the fuck are you doing with this hand?
That's how my father's
With this hand?
Too much.
Let me just hold your fingers.
He's got
nigga.
big fingers,
I
man.
want to hold you.
He's got big fingers, man.
I'm a finger holding ass president. Yo, Emmanuel Macron is a weird ass dude. Don't just like a camp counselor to a Pray the Gay Away camp. Tell me this ain't the manager of a Friendlies right here. This motherfucker is a weird looking motherfucker.
Looks like the only father who's too involved in the Girl Scouts.
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, I can be a patron for the Girl Scouts. Yeah, sure, of course.
Sure, yeah, I'll watch over them.
Meanwhile, while Jessica tries to get the largest nacho order in history from the front row. Jesus Christ, what's happening up
Several
front?
nachos. What do
You
you
want
want?
chicken
Do
and
we know
shrimp
what you want?
and steak?
Do we know what you want? What do
Okay,
you
put
want?
the hit the light. Nope. It's too much.
Is it nachos? Give her. Hold the pico. Hold the fucking pico. We good?
This looks like one of, doesn't Macron look like one of, old Mike's frat brothers there?
Oh, that
We got,
it does look like a
we
frat
got,
brother.
so Trump in true fashion of being the best.
we walked the nacho cup.
we gotta go eat nachos.
We gotta go get
We
these.
gotta
Well, let's
go
just
get
go to
these.
Taco Bell.
Let's
This is too much. They're actually $1 now on the Illuminati menu. Sorry.
That's secret.
That's circle. We're doing a whole circle here. Full circle.
So Trump in true form to being the best working comic in the business today, invited the French Prime Minister to the White House just to crack a joke. So let's see what he said.
Best crowd work comic working
crowd.
right now. I will swear by that.
But we do have a very special relationship. In fact, I'll get that in a piece of dandruff for. We have to make him perfect. He is perfect.
Okay, did you catch the joke? That was a you're a dirty Frenchman joke. Let me brush the dirt off your shoulder, you filthy French piece of shit.
It's actually a Jay-Z song.
That was.
He actually hit him with Jay-Z lyrics.
You guys
I
gotta
respect that.
read in between the lines of what Trump says. That was you're a dirty French piece of shit joke. And Trump, you're always on, man.
Should have done a Gerard Depardieu reference.
Yeah,
With,
should have went deeper.
Here we are.
Melania's the real star of the meeting. Here she is, way too excited for the season premiere of Westworld.
She's in the world that we don't know about yet.
She's like,
She's in that other world. It's not the samurai world, but there's another world you don't know about.
I live in Westworld. I thrive in Westworld.
That's
And much like
Dolores
the-
cosplay right there.
Much like the Westworld robot, she dies a little bit every day. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen one episode of the fucking show.
She's fucking Ed Harris on the low.
Christ.
First of all, I could sit here and explain to you all of Westworld. Nobody would know what I'm talking about. The most confusing thing about Westworld was the recap of season 1. And I saw season 1.
I still haven't seen it, don't spoil it.
Well, yeah, I can tell you everything, and I still don't know. I don't even know why I watch it.
Alright, next up on the news, we got a lot of news on this front. God damn it. Meek Mill is free. He was released from prison yesterday. Here, clearly running from the cops he just got released from. He's like, they might catch me again. I gotta run. Meek Mill was released from prison yesterday, freeing up just enough space in prison for Bill Cosby to go in.
It's an even trade. It's an even trade. We'll let him out. What are you going to give us?
I'll give you the Cos.
I'll give you this cloudy-eyed motherfucker.
I'll give you one of his eyeballs.
I'll give you an eyeball.
I'll give you one eyeball. Bill was found guilty of all 4 counts of sexual assault. Not that his lawyer gave a shit because he was caught sleeping in court for damn near 30 minutes during testimony today.
That's not one of the accusers?
This definitely
Because all the accusations were for the 80s, so I would assume that's what all of his accusers look like at this age.
holy hell,
He
man.
looks like an aged Ellen DeGeneres.
He looks like he rents the tree that the Keebler elves make cookies out of.
He rents it.
I own
He
the
owns it,
property.
he rents it out.
I'll rent it out to you elves. Just make those fudge
Just
strips.
make those fudge.
So he fell asleep in court. A lot of people are questioning whether or not he had a drink from Bill Cosby on that one. Moving along.
Oh,
That's
I
the
get it,
last
'cause he
one.
fell asleep.
Listen, he's going to prison. That's the last one we get. We're
First
getting
of all,
there.
that was the last original joke
That's
we
the
had left.
last
They're
we
all
got
over
left,
Twitter.
all
They've all
right?
been written, okay?
I could have gave y'all pudding pop joke, but I strayed away from it. All right,
You guys hear the one about Jailo?
I saw
That's
that
a
on-
fun one.
I saw that on the
You
internet
fucking
too.
unoriginal pricks.
Unoriginal bitches. Fucking suck.
What else is happening? Also,
I'm just happy that eyeball's locked away. Get that thing out of here! Get that out of here! Get that thing out of here!
I love the idea. You think the guys in Block Cell C have heard the one about the dentist visit? Because that's still funny. That's still funny.
This shit doesn't that like this looks like one of the Oblivion gates in Elder Scrolls. That's a nerd joke.
I like the idea.
That's a gaming joke from my nerd friends.
I like the idea that he's going to go to prison and tell a bunch of jokes, and people are going to be like, "You stole that from Carlos Mencia." And that's a deep comedy joke. I apologize.
Deep breath. Take a
Deep
deep
breath.
breath.
Deep
It's time
breath.
for deep breaths. Doesn't he like Uncle Ruckus from Boondocks? Look at this nigga. Jesus Christ.
Oh man, how is the eyelid of the cloudy one wider? That is bizarre. We
It's
should
like
move on.
it's like he's been opening his eye wider just so somebody can pour milk into it.
You got a weird It's not eye drops. It's not Visine. It's just 2% milk every morning.
All right, the NFL draft is today. Who's a football fan? I don't know why I'm playing music so loud.
Nobody.
Who's a football fan? Polite clap.
That's beautiful. That's
politest
downtown Phoenix
response
for you.
I think we'll ever get for
We like
Who
Muse. We like Muse.
is a
Are you talking about
football
Muse?
fan.
Radiohead?
Oh man. Oh, let's get some football music.
Is this what
there we go. Yeah, so we're going to talk about the NFL draft. The NFL draft is well underway, and if you're here at the show right now, that means you don't really care about the NFL draft. Never you worry, we've got live updates on which teams are selecting who. First up on the 2018 NFL draft is the Cleveland Browns. With the first overall selection in the 2018 NFL draft, the Cleveland Browns have selected infrastructure.
Infrastructure. They're just
For their
looking for
city.
infrastructure.
Wow, incredible selection by the Browns.
Huge buildings that would
Yeah.
create a society.
The Browns, they're opting to improve the very deteriorating city that they've suffered in for so many years. What do you think of a choice like that, Mike?
I'm going to buy property on the east side. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so up in-
I'm like, I love Euclid. I love what they've done on 4th, and that looks like a dirty bus.
well, they're improving bus lines. They're opening up the streets to allow for more Uber drivers to travel in the fast lanes. Wise choice by the Cleveland Browns. Really proud of those boys.
Infrastructure.
Infrastructure. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, this team has been hit really hard over the last season, losing key players in their front office like Harvey Weinstein and Logan Paul.
Big losses.
Crucial losses. They're going to be looking to replace those old monsters with some fresh, misogynistic blood. So let's see. With the second overall pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers have selected fans. They're looking to get some fans.
Actual fans.
Actual
Any
people
fan.
to watch the
People that can
games
buy
that they're
into
playing in.
to the team.
They choose fans.
Buy a jersey.
Buy some merchandise.
They got
Raise the
lightning
stock
bolts.
prices, please.
Any
So this is going to be a good look for them to have people to watch them lose for the rest of this season. Mike, you got any?
I own a little bit of the Chargers. It'll be good.
Chargers?
It'll be
Okay.
good. It'll be good for my bottom line.
Last up on the live draft until we get more updates. We're going to update you guys on some of the selections later on in the show. The Arizona Cardinals coming up with the third pick of the night with the third overall pick in the 2018 NFL Draft. I know you guys are fans of your cards. The Arizona Cardinals have drafted a shoreline.
They're getting
Looks
a
like
shoreline.
it's like Phoenix will finally be the fake LA it's always wanted
There
to
we
be.
go.
Give it up to our city. Phoenix is really done.
We can make
This is
Tempe,
just
Santa
amazing.
Monica. That'd be fun.
Wow, this is just real special.
That's beautiful.
We got one more story, and then we're gonna bring some guests up here as guests, and hopefully they'll become comedians by the end of that. The last story we have on the Newswire. In weird news, a U.S. veteran, that's in the NFL draft, a U.S. veteran received the first successful dick and scrotum transplant. functioning dick transplant.
Got a whole ball sack too.
The scrotum did not come with a pair of balls. There were ethical reasons. He didn't get a pair of balls, so he just has a big old ball bag.
He's got a dick
So,
and just an empty
just
ball
an empty
bag.
ball bag, a squishy ball bag they gave him.
The saddest Discovery Zone ever.
This is the actual dude, and this is the exact response you would have if you were getting a new dick.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
him. Look at him.
Yeah, new dick and
This
balls.
dude is 64 years old. What are you gonna do with the dick, dude? Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
That's
My
a real-
question is, who is donating a dick and balls to a 64-year-old war vet? And we actually did some research, and we found who donated their dick and balls to this man.
A dick
And it was
and
Trevor
balls.
Skies.
And Trevor's there.
Trevor Skies donated his dick and
Right
balls.
there, he gave a whole
Yes,
dick and
right.
balls.
Sit down,
Sit the fuck down, Trevor. You sit down.
We told you not to stand up.
Ladies
You
first.
need to heal. That dick incision is very painful.
How
No
is it? Is
standing
it
up
tender?
there.
Is it
down
tender?
there. It's tender down there.
You gave a whole dick and
He
balls
gave
to
his
a
dick
man.
and balls. He literally just ripped them off and threw them into the operating room.
That was how quick you jumped up when somebody asked if they could donate their dick and balls. Like,
Dick and
I'll give my dick and balls away.
dick and
I haven't used it in years.
Okay. All right. Who's ready for the first guest we have on the evening? All right, guys. We do broadcast this show live on YouTube every week. So if you're hanging out on your phones, just go to YouTube and share it on Facebook or whatever the fuck social media you're on. I don't know what's hip anymore. Our first guest coming to the stage tonight explained the meaning of his name with 2 movie references. So give it up for Raymond Montoya.
Keep it going for these 2 guys.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
All right.
How's it going, man? I've never done this before. I've never done a show where I got 2 people here. I feel like I'm in the middle of like a late night talk show. I don't know, you guys are gonna shit on me the entire time. So real quick before I get to it, I feel like after all the talking about Donald Trump, you look like you should work for Donald Trump, like with this getup. That's what I'm getting that feeling.
I'm a big Bush guy, but yeah,
Oh, okay,
I support
okay.
our president.
Politics,
I voted
man.
for the right.
Politics,
I voted the
alright.
right way.
For sure. And,
You've always been a big Bush guy.
I've been a big Bush guy. I don't like when it's shaved.
and I feel like you want to replace Will Smith in Men in Black. That's what I get from this whole.
I want to replace you with somebody who has jokes.
Good, that's good. All right. Gonna tell you guys a little bit about myself. My name is Raymond Montoya. Montoya is Hispanic. I was shocked.
Sorry.
Exactly. No. I was shocked. I was expecting that when I came out. I had like balloons and pinatas and shit. No, I was shocked when I found out. Normally, I get on stage and people just kind of try to figure out what I am and just guess. Like, I get on stage, people are like, "What the fuck is that?" That's a gay hipster Viking. That's what that is. Yep. Absolutely. That's whole ensemble. That's what the fuck that is. Sometimes I tell people I'm Hispanic, and they go, "Nah, you're not Spanish. Speak Spanish to me and prove to me that you're Spanish." Which is weird, right? Like, you can't just tell somebody that they're not something unless they can prove it.
Well, people tell Ty Rivera all the time he's not Spanish. That's
Very
because
true.
he looks
Oh,
like
Ty's here.
he looks
How's it going, man?
like he looks like a Thailand boat owner.
And then if you don't get one punchline out, we will replace you.
We will
No, I
put
feel you,
Ty.
man. I
Just
feel you.
one structured joke.
They're not sending their best.
Yeah. You just can't do that, you know? You can't just tell somebody they're not something. You don't walk up to blind kids and be like, "Nah, you're not blind. Read Braille to me and prove to me that you're blind." Like, that's just super weird. You can't do that. But it works out in my favor sometimes. Like, if I were to steal a TV and the only description that they have of me is that I'm Hispanic, Papa's got a new TV. Every single time I get away with it. I got 37 TVs at home. It's fucking amazing. I love it.
I didn't know if you were from LA or New York, and then you did 3 act outs already. So
Oh.
here you are.
Yeah,
You're LA.
there we go.
LA Comic, you type 3. Type 3 minutes.
What's good about being Hispanic, for school for financial aid, they're like, if you're white, you get $1,000. If you're Hispanic, you get $5,000. So I'm like, "Hola, ¿cómo estás? Mi amo es Ramon. Dame la dinero, por favor." Just salsa my way to all the money. It's amazing. I love it.
I've never seen a Mexican Uncle Tom before, but here you are.
He's Futura from 8 Mile. Ocho Mila.
That's it.
Yeah, it's a deep reference.
I made an amazing decision recently. Absolutely great decision. I moved in with my girlfriend, so Yeah, awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm terrified, but it's okay. It's gonna work out. You know, I'm figuring. I've been with this girl for a little while, and I've learned the key to happiness as a guy in a relationship. You guys want to know it? You guys want to know? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. It's that the woman is in charge. 100%. That's what it is. Absolutely. Happy wife, happy life. It's a real thing. That's what it is. And normally, it takes guys a really long time to figure this out. Like 20 years of marriage, and they're like, oh, I get it now. It's all about her. Like, that's it. That's exactly what it is. And normally, it takes guys a really long time to figure this out. Like, I was talking to a dude. He was about my age, and we were talking about how smart he was. Because we think we got it all figured out at a young age. But we don't. I was talking about how smart he was, and he actually said this. He said these words to me. He was like, well, I've got 2 heads. Must mean I've
Who
got...
the fuck is laughing at that?
The dude who said this to me. He's sitting right there, absolutely.
Oh, I didn't know this was a bringer. Thank you for
Yeah,
bringing
I
it
know,
up.
man. All the way from San Diego, California.
There it is.
I've got 2 heads. Must mean I've got 2 brains. No, guys have 1. We just split it in half, and now we have to figure out which one to use all the time. It's tough. It's a rough life.
Are you doing a TED Talk on marriage counseling?
Dude, yeah, dude. The first person to understand what
This
I'm
set would have killed in 1995.
Something I learned recently about girls is girls don't wear makeup for guys. Yeah, it's a thing. A study was done. Top 3 reasons why girls wear makeup. Reason number 1, for themselves, to feel beautiful. Okay, yeah,
Is
makes
this
sense.
a BuzzFeed article? What is happening up here right now?
Reason number 2, girls wear makeup. That is
Definitely
fucking
got that
right.
on that one.
Does that mean I have 1 minute left?
That
That means get the
so
fuck
many
off
ways.
now.
means a lot of things.
Suggestive like.
Reason number 2 why girls wear makeup is for other bitches. That's why girls wear makeup.
Ooh,
Yeah, they
looks
put
like you
it.
lost the remaining women in the crowd with that one.
They put it
He
on.
went ahead and called them bitches.
We're fully checked out.
He had them, and they're like, these other bitches. You're doing great. We all love your bands.
They put it on. It's like war paint. They go out and fight. That's exactly why they do it. Reason number 3 is for guys. But let's go back to reason number 2. That's so badass. Girls put on makeup so they can go up to other girls in the wild and be like, he's mine. I saw him first, bitch. Back off. Like, that's what silverback gorillas do. Girls
Is this an Eliza Schlesinger set?
I got told that was the name of her album. I didn't know that when I wrote the joke.
You were the Silverback Gorilla.
Silverback,
you're
thanks, man. I
comparing
appreciate
women
it.
to gorillas.
We're gonna, yeah. So
If this doesn't have a Congo reference, you never come back
You
to the
don't
city.
bring up King Kong 3 times.
something I don't understand even beyond that is makeup companies. Makeup companies are dicks. But girls, you don't care. Does anybody know the company Maybelline?
Yeah, we've all watched
no.
television for the last 25
None of
years.
us
You know, a lot of
Maybelline.
people don't.
Nobody knows Maybelline?
Hey,
No one
do you know
knows
do you know the slogan for Maybelline?
Maybe she's born with it, maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah,
They've also
maybe knows the whole
recently
thing.
changed that.
They were going to change it.
Yeah, I'm in marketing. Go
Ah,
on.
there you go. Okay, so you know it and you don't think that's fucked up. That's a super fucked up slogan. What Maybelline is saying is maybe she was born naturally beautiful. Or maybe she needs makeup because she's an ugly bitch. That's what Maybelline's saying. I don't understand why everybody's so okay with this. But Maybelline is a $1 billion company. So at this point, Maybelline can say whatever the fuck they want to say. Maybelline can come out with a commercial tomorrow that goes, hey, need to fix that train wreck on your face? Get in here, we can do that for you. Maybe she was born with it, but you definitely weren't, lady. That's my time.
That was the punchline. Give it up
Yes!
for Raymond
Raymond
Montoya.
Montoya! Hey, 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 hey. Shout out to, I think that was a joke for T-Bots.
That was a joke for
And
T-Buzz.
TLC, that was crazy. Such a
The next person coming to the stage is a white woman, and you know how we feel about those.
cool set. Where are my
motherfuckers.
white women?
Please give it up for Hannah T.
Is it tied?
It's Ty. That's fine. It's cool.
It's tie, so you don't pronounce G, H, or E.
No, I'm real annoyed about it.
Well,
I'm so
it's
sorry.
good to know you're a liar.
Yeah, I'm a super liar. Yeah, so we were talking about T-Boz. It's your birthday. One of the first albums that I got when I was in first grade was the Crazy Sexy Cool album. And I remember like rapping it on the playground, and I got in trouble and had to go to the principal's office. And my mom was like, well, what part did you get in trouble about? And I said like, oh, the 3 letters it took him to his final resting place. And I was like, but I don't know why I'm in trouble. Like, that just means R.I.P. And my mom said to me, like, while I'm wearing, like, an Animaniacs t-shirt, she was like, Hannah, no, it's HIV, and he died because they were doing needle drugs together. I was like, it's a little too hard for a white girl who grew up on a golf course who has a bowl cut to hear, but
And also, she lied to you. It's because he was raw dogging.
yeah.
But
Michael, please, this is our guest.
So
well, I don't think they were doing the drugs. I thought they were just
Okay.
fucking.
Very rude.
Okay, so I'll call
It can be
I'll tell my mom
contracted
she was
multiple
wrong.
ways. Yeah.
That's okay.
Call your mother a liar.
My mom's a lying bitch. Okay,
You
so
heard it here first. Is she watching the live stream? Shout out to your mother.
she does it. My mom just got FaceTime, like she just got an iPhone and she likes to FaceTime me, but it always looks like she's like talking to me from the top of a well. Like she's like, hey, man, and I'm like, Jesus, Mom, like you know your angles, come on. You raised me better than that. So I recently went on a date and I was super excited. Thank you. And I was super excited, but I wasn't excited because the guy was like, okay, let's go hiking at 6:45 in the morning on a Saturday, and we'll go to Squaw Peak. And I was like, okay, I'll kill myself.
That was the date?
Yeah, that was the date. I didn't kill myself.
Oh, that would
I'm
be
like
cool.
here, but I
Well,
know,
if you
it's
raw
like-
dogged at the end of this and he gave you HIV, you might be killing yourself right
hold
now.
tight, buddy. We've
Okay,
got
there we go.
Yeah, hang on.
Sit on that
here we
face.
go.
Like you say that a lot on dates.
Hold tight, big guy.
So anywho, we're hiking and like I got this really cute like Victoria's Secret athleisure, you know, and it had all these straps, and I basically felt like I was just like baked bread with twine around it, you know, like, but I was like kind of cute, yeah. And so we get up to the top of the peak, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is so fun. I've never been to the top of the mountain because I'm from Des Moines, and this is great. And yeah, my
I think you meant to pronounce it as Des Moines.
Des Moines, and my crock pot's back there. I brought some little smokies for everyone.
I love little smokies. Don't tease me with a good time.
Life material.
Come on now. Did you say little smokies?
You said
And,
little smokies. I said put a ring on it.
Oh, hold on. And so we get up to the top, and I'm like so having fun, and he goes, you know that like we're just friends, right?
Oh, Jesus.
I know.
You made little smokies.
I know.
Wow.
And I was like, what the fuck? Did I climb to the top of Friendship Mountain right now? Like, god damn it. Is
That's
this
a good, look at
That's
that
a
little
good part.
fucking
The
punchline.
structure,
There's Raymond Montoya. That's a fucking setup. It grew, it built.
We went on a
All
journey.
right, what's next? Are we going to Camel Bro Mountain?
Oh,
We're gonna go
that's
to-
on it.
that's
All
on
right.
it.
Can we get her on stage yet? Can we
Built
get
it
the
up,
duck
built a
minute
hole
for
for
a pun?
We're going to Squad Peak.
Oh, she did it twice.
She took it
Alrighty.
back up. And she's
Is she
We're
burning.
back
going
up?
to Papa Go on a date with someone else Park.
That's a
You didn't
hole.
go to Camelback because you weren't humping around.
Didn't I?
Michael.
I'm Mike, guys. I fuck. This guys. I'm Mike. She didn't go to Camelback because she didn't hump.
Michael
Didn't
Pence.
hump.
It's our
Was
guest.
that my problem? Should I have humped?
You can take that.
Alright, thanks. But that didn't like bring me down, right? Like I was like, I'm a cute single girl. Like I should still get it, right? I should get some dick. And oh, that felt weird saying it, but like
You
I
deserve
should.
it. Again,
Thank you.
I'm Mike. Now listen.
Michael. You can't have that reputation on the show.
And so anyway, I was on Tinder because I was like, okay, I like to judge. And like, I see this guy, and he had like a lizard, and then a chain wallet, and I was like, yeah,
Sounds
that
like
makes
dragon
sense.
energy.
I know, I was like, I'm gonna hear a lot about dragons if I swipe right on him.
I like it.
And so I swiped left, and because I was like, oh, he for sure has like a roller suitcase backpack, you know,
Sure.
that he had in high school.
Samson.
I just wasn't gonna fuck with that. And so then like the next guy, like he just like had his bare mattress on the floor and like puka shells still.
Wow, was
You
his
know?
name Dominic? Did he work
Yeah.
at Evo in Scottsdale?
I know, I was like, okay, if you have a sunburn, that means I'm gonna have to pay for your direct TV bill. Like, just not gonna do it. Sorry, Kyle. they're always Kyle, like Kyle or Tyler, right? And so then this next guy, he was actually pretty funny and he was cute, but he spelled his name Bryan. But I was like, I'll take a chance on Brian. He seems risky.
But it was right there in his name. Why?
Yeah, why? That's fair.
Why?
So he's like, Hannah, I think you're so cute. I'd love to take you out on Wednesday. Let's meet at this bar at 6:30. And I was like, okay, cool. And so that's how I talk. This is all a facade. I can't speak when I get off stage. And so we go to this bar. It's going great. Like, The Who was playing in the background. He was like, what kind of music do you like? And I go, oh, I like The Who, but next weekend I'm going to go see Jewel in Vegas because of course I am. And
Shout out to white women.
yeah. And so he goes, okay, cool. And I was like, all right, we're not gonna, don't you diss Jewel right now. I won't take it, not in my house. And then he goes, how do you feel about Godsmack?
Fair
And
question.
I was like, Godsmack? Like, that's your litmus test? Is like how I feel about a song that I lifted weights to in high school? Like, I'm not the one who's so far away. And
Shout out to that scary show on MTV back in the day.
yeah, and I was just like, I said, I guess I like him as much as the next person, which is not the answer he wanted. And he was like super upset, and he's like, yeah, okay, well, this hasn't really worked out for me. And I wanted to be like, you drank 4 Guinness right now, and it's 95 degrees outside, like you're a psychopath. Like you have a lizard, I'm pretty sure, and I just didn't see it in the photos, so... We're going on a second date.
Tell them how much you love Tool.
You
That'd be
want to
good.
know something fun? So, I'm from Iowa, right?
Ooh, I didn't say yes, but
Never mind. Scratch that. But I'm from Iowa, and it is Tool. They're from Iowa. And Corey Taylor, the lead singer. Did someone say no? They're not.
No.
Slipknot.
Slipknot.
There it is.
There they are.
Thank you.
Oh, look what
needed a little
you did.
handhold.
See, this is how you don't get dick down tonight, also. You just lost several candidates. She doesn't
Is
know
that
Tool.
it?
She probably doesn't know
Did I
Perfect
just
Circle. She doesn't know he does a vineyard in
okay,
North
okay.
Arizona.
If you want me to ruin like every hardcore thing, like I do like System of a Down, and I have ruined it for a lot
Hey,
of people.
there he is. Oh, he likes show tunes, so he just did a dick and balls transplant, so he wasn't gonna fuck you anyway.
Does that mean I'm done?
That means wrap it up, bitch.
Wrap it up, bitch. Okay, so
Very
I'm
rude.
sorry. I saw the first comic
So white
say
woman stage.
you can bob it for an extra minute.
great.
And I'm not talking about my dick, it's the game. And then you're gonna want to pull it. And if that ain't the truth, then I don't know what is.
It's a rough scene. You gotta
It's
do
a
it.
tough scene. You can't really elevate yourself here too.
All right, so let's get into we've got a news story. We're going to talk about the news real quick, and then we'll bring up some more guests. We had a big news story that we cannot overlook. A lot of you motherfuckers were in your feelings and on your Facebooks hashtagging. Motherfucking Aisha Renee over here had a damn viral video on the shit, about 600 shares.
And also, that's how you say her name, motherfucking Aisha Renee.
Motherfucking Aisha Renee.
Motherfucking Aisha Renee over
Aisha
here.
Renee over here.
Motherfucking Aisha.
Today was the day Arizona teachers marched down to the Capitol.
You broke ass bitches.
Okay, Michael, be
That's a hot
respectful.
mic.
Be respectful. Teachers marched down to the nation's capital today to protest low wages for teachers. Yes.
Teaching kids how to spell, they don't even know how to spell 401k.
Well, that's mostly number.
Go on.
Yes, we're talking about hashtag Red for Ed. As seen in this picture. Red for Ed, not to be confused with the hashtag local auto mechanic Red Sanders is using in his campaign to win over Ed's love. Red for Ed. This is different.
That's
hashtag.
red for Ed.
I love you, Ed.
That's red.
This is Red, and I
And
love
you're trying to
Ed.
tell Ed. I love Red.
I got a red rocket for
I'm
Ed.
Red, and I love you, Ed.
Ed, I love you.
You can play with my dinghy when you want.
Son of a bitch, I'll suck you off while you're playing the Xbox.
You don't gotta be quiet about it no more. Twitter's a thing.
Hashtag my love for you, you beautiful son of a bitch. You don't know if Ed is a person or the name of his truck right now?
You ever listen to Frank Ocean, Ed?
And track 3 on Channel Orange would I love you, you son of a bitch.
Most progressive truck drivers ever.
I fucking love that.
I want
guy.
to fuck you anally while we listen to Channel Orange.
You listen to Miguel?
You ever listen to Miguel? You can be my coffee.
I've been listening to that new J. Cole. I want to touch your dick to that song.
I want to suck your dick listening to Taylor Swift, you bitch. Oh my God.
Jesus,
Whoa, red for Ed. That is a red. That's the most progressive hashtag ever.
Prog.
Oh man.
No, employees showed up and schools canceled all over the state. But if we're looking for the silver lining here, today was the safest day to be a student since before Columbine. So.
That is true. Very safe. They were safe at home.
It's been a good day.
It's a good day. Safe day for the children.
So, what did the students do with their day off? Well, nearly all of them tweeted out, WTF, this Price is Right. Is anybody watching this shit? And who is this frogman, Drew Carey? LOLOL. Followed by
they don't know how to
laughing emoji, sideways laughing emoji, and a frog emoji.
This frog-looking motherfucker. At least they spelled Drew Carey right.
Like Drew Carey. No respect on it. No capitalizing. No
R.I.P.
respect
to Bob
on
Barker.
his
Is
name.
Bob Barker even alive?
He's probably dead. And the rest were dealing with a major case of blue balls from not being able to bang their teachers. So,
It's a tough day.
tough day for the kids. We don't know if those wages will be increased for the teachers. We don't know what the results of Red for Ed was. We're optimistic, but you know what? Those teachers could have used to really make a difference today on Capitol Hill? Guns. So, your move, teachers. Figure yourselves out. Figure out where you want to be.
You hit Ducey with the blammy, this shit is over.
You could have turned Capitol Hill into Red for Ed for real in this motherfucker.
You hit Ducey with the deuce.
Deuce for Deucey.
Deuce for Ducey right there. That's the hashtag.
That's the hashtag.
That's the hashtag.
That's the
Deuce
next
for Ducey.
hashtag.
Hit him with a 22.
Deucey. If Red for Ed don't work out by the weekend, deuce for Deucey.
Ducey.
Everybody on the live stream, make sure you post a deuce for Deucey.
Hit him with about 22.
I'm about to hit him with the
about
blammy.
22.
I'm
hit him with the yapper. I hit him with the yapper. And I told him ass up.
Toe their ass up.
That's how you get shit done, you weak ass
You
bitches.
weak ass motherfucker.
But nah, keep tweeting and wearing red.
Okay. All right, next coming to the stage is a young man who thankfully will be leaving very soon to go to Chicago.
Leaving the whole state.
Please give your warm applause to the kid. I'm talking about motherfucking Mike Enders. Give it up,
God damn it, would I love to be in the NBA right now. You know what I mean? This will be, I'm talking small forward, swing a big dick. Is it proportional, Anwar?
You look good.
Thank you, I appreciate it. How are we doing this evening, guys? Thank you for coming out. It is so good to be here with two of my favorite comedians in the local scene. Anwar Newton.
Sounds like an insult somehow.
He's setting us
Somehow
up.
it feels weird.
I look up to you, dog. I do. I
Don't
look
do
up
that.
to you. Anwar has taught me to never be content, you know, and Turner has taught me to just never be happy. And with those two, just random texts in the middle of the day, just believe in yourself. And I don't. Do you?
I would never send you a text during the day.
Because you're on Boost Mobile.
If Hannah Tighe is still in the room, this is one of our best comedians.
Yeah, so this is all you have
This
to
is
be
rough.
better at.
Yeah, it's rough.
I'm just saying, guys, you have to question shit, all right? Question everything. Like, why do people decorate their bathrooms like the beach? Ain't nothing calming about taking a shit along the coast, guys. I've done it. Spring break 2012. It was weird. I recently redid my bathroom, and it's now an exact replica of my boss's office. And I gotta tell you guys, I've never shit better in my life, all right? I'm dropping deuces out of spite. It's weird, like I got pictures of her family up on the wall, and her diplomas. It's weird, but I roll with it. I do. Question things. Are we the only species that pulls out? I don't know that answer. That's why I'm here. I don't know. Like, are there two giraffes going at it in Africa, doggy style? Male giraffe pulls out last second. He's like, I can't afford kids. Comes on her back. I don't know that answer. That's why I'm here this evening.
You've got to go back to Chicago.
I do. I'm leaving on Monday.
And also, lions have a barbed dick, so they can't even pull out.
That's
wait
ducks.
When it's in there, it's in there.
Mike, I
That's-
told you not to
that's
bring
some
up the
duck
Nat
shit.
Geo shit.
I'm just saying,
The
man.
Nat Geo shit.
Ducks have a sidewinder coiled.
Michael, I said not to bring up the Nat
I'm
Geo.
just
We watched.
saying, some of them can't pull out.
Guys, I'm dating a Latina, single mom, 2 children. Make some noise, thank you.
Shout out to 24th and Broadway.
South side of Phoenix, baby. I come through in my 92 Corolla, and she doesn't care that the windows don't roll down. She's impressed her not plastic bags. That's the kind of girl that you need.
Time to check, the nicest thing about her house is how close she is to South Mountain.
We do cuckolding. Are you guys familiar at all? Make some noise if you're familiar with cuckolding. Yeah, you like the porn? You like cuckolding? I do it. I try. I didn't know. I grew up on a cul-de-sac in a nice white family. I didn't know that this would happen to me, but I do cuckolding shit, and you know what? It's liberating. It is. If you guys are in a serious relationship, watch somebody fuck your girl, because you will never lose an argument for the rest of your relationship. You won't. Oh, I'm 30 minutes late to pick you up. Last week, I watched you fuck another dude, all right? Trust me, it's good for you. It is. It's weird because like my girl's a Marine, right? So she has PTSD, and like I cried during Pitch Perfect, and so there's a disconnect there, and like I don't know if you guys have ever came while somebody's licking a gun, but I didn't know that that's something that would happen to me. I grew up in a nice white home. I had snacks in my fridge at all times, and now I'm making love to somebody while they lick a gun. And guys, I'm not turning back now. No way. This is my shit now. I'm doing the crazy stuff. I can't go back to white missionary. You fucking kidding?
We're more similar than I thought, Mike. I prefer a Beretta.
I call her my queen. You know.
Jesus Christ.
I know. I was like, oh, sleep tight, my queen, but like, she's not a queen. I live in a studio, all right? She's not a queen. Reddy is the queen of Cactus Rise Apartments. You're not a queen.
Well, she'd be a queen if you consider your studio apartment a dungeon. And you've captured the queen from the neighboring fortress.
And if you let that dude fucking her fuck you, you might be a queen.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm down to try it out. I watch solo masturbation porn. That's just me being honest with you. I didn't know that would happen, but then I saw the thumbnail. Because I'll search big dick on X videos. I'll search big dick because I need to watch big dick. And then I'll see like a solo video, and then I just go down the rabbit hole, and now I'm just watching a dude beat off, and I have a type now. I do. Like if you don't have 2 hands, I'm not watching your fucking video. I'm not. Thank you for allowing me to say that. Guys, I need to leave, but I want to say one last thing.
You
I'm
haven't
on a
even gotten
podcast.
that yet. You haven't even gotten the aggressive
Was
line.
that- was that a
No, he
picture
got the
then?
aggressive light.
Oh, did you?
I thought that was a picture.
He
You
got the
know,
most
well,
aggressive
no.
light ever.
I was too busy reading texts from people that said, "Get this motherfucker off the stage."
Nobody's watching.
Do not offend my mother like that. Shout out to Mimi Turner.
Moody is watching.
She's not on Wi-Fi.
watching-
Mimi Turner
she's
don't got
watching you from
Wi-Fi.
here. She's watching
Good
you from
home.
there.
Mimi Turner has had
She
AOL
has me a good
dialogue.
home. She has an
I know
AOL
that to
account
be
still.
true. Guys, I run a podcast called Police Send News, right? And my only goal for this podcast is to get it in every ear hole that exists, okay?
All right.
Which isn't successful. All right? And I'm on a Facebook group called Podcast We Listen To. And there's 20,000 people in this Facebook group.
Oh, there it is.
And they all post their podcast and say, hey, just starting a podcast, check me out. And nobody fucking checks them out. It's just a long stream of people posting their podcasts that nobody listens to, right? And I'm on the group, and I post my podcast and I said, hey, I think these two dudes might be racist. Can somebody listen to this podcast and confirm for me, right? Everybody is tuning into this shit. Everybody's tuning in. And halfway through the comments, some dude goes, hey man, I looked into it. You're the host of this podcast, you fucking asshole. 10,000 negative reviews, but press is press, guys. Thank you so much for having me. Enjoy the rest of your day. For the kid, Mike Hinder.
He'll be running an open mic in Naperville within a month.
Guys, Mike Hinder's
An open mic in Naperville, 6 o'clock Mondays.
Hinder's last show will be this Sunday at Tempe Improv. You guys should all come out and see the kid. I'll be hosting. Turner will be in the back judging.
I'll be watching Westworld. You already know what I'm doing. I'll be at the crib
So
trying to
come
figure out
out.
this whole shit.
Talk to Enders, try to work out a way you can get in for free. I mean, like, tell him his nipples look good. I don't know what the fuck.
Hit me up. I'll get you in for free.
Mike Enders, everyone. Mike
Mike
Enders.
Ganders, everybody.
All right, we're gonna keep the guests moving along. We're gonna bring up because we got a couple of drop-ins and a couple of friends. Let's get our next guest up here. The next guest coming to the stage is not Mike Enders, and hopefully he's nearly as funny of him.
Hopefully he doesn't know Brian Ritchie.
Oh, he has a structured joke and a punchline ready. Give it up for Mark Ritchie.
Mark Ritchie. Yeah, we can check. Oh shit.
They gave me a birthday present. It was my birthday Sunday.
It was
That's
not
very
my
kind
birthday.
of you.
How long has this been sitting in the back of your Toyota Corolla? That I know you don't own, but you rent. You own a Prius?
I do.
Can I open this in front of you?
Yeah, should
Yeah,
we open
do it.
this and make a whole thing out of it?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, we're gonna open our
Totally.
gifts.
You guys ever get so lazy you donate your dirty laundry to Goodwill,
Oh, you're gonna do jokes while we do this?
and then you buy it all back on Dollar Day,
Woo, boy.
only to discover they don't clean the clothes there anymore? Just me? No? All right. So my ex-girlfriend said that watching large amounts of hardcore pornography desensitizes the mind. Maybe she should watch more of it so she can stop fucking crying about everything. This guy knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. So you ever have a coworker
All right,
that
shut up, Mark.
gives
Let's
you
look
way
at our
too much
gifts.
information?
Mark, shut the fuck up for a second.
So I got,
He got me a
I got-
Ninja Turtle keychain, which is pretty rad, but what Turner got.
Yeah, I got Danielle Still for the Hood called Thug Matrimony, which, hate to break it to you, but I own this.
Oh.
So this is kind
I was
of
worried about that.
I actually have the film too.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's called Crack Reacher. That's a fun pun.
Fun pun about
About
crack and
Jack Reacher. It's
and
a
marginalizing the black community.
Yeah, exactly.
That was fun.
Isn't this what Baby Boy was named after right here? Thug
All right, so I
Matrimony.
got this coworker, and she's like, "Hey, Mark,
First of all, the only review says explosive by the Raw Sisters. And the Raw Sisters went on to say, off the chain, ... The style, the intensity, and the way she leaves readers with cliffhangers that pack more punch than Tyson.
All right, moving along. So I got this 20-year-old coworker, and she's like, "Hey, Mark, this weekend I took a pregnancy test, and I just about shit myself." I said, "I don't mean to mansplain to you, honey, but I think you're supposed to pee on it."
It's a good joke. I like that.
Thank you.
We'll see if it beats the review by the Raw Sisters that you threw in the corner.
Yeah. Sorry, that came very close to you. I didn't mean to throw the book at you there.
The
Oh,
only,
as a black woman,
the only
she's had
black
it going
woman
on her
ever.
entire life.
You threw Thug Matrimony.
Didn't
You
mean to do
threw
that.
Thug Matrimony and motherfucking Aisha Renee.
Didn't mean to do that.
How many
Six hundred
That's
shares.
How many
That's on
views
me.
you
How
got
many
on your
shares
last
you
little
got?
video?
That's
How many
600
views you
shares
got?
sitting over
Sitting
there.
on 12K.
So, the cinnamon whiskey drink for douchebags Fireball is being released in Japan. They're doing test markets in Okinawa and Nagasaki, but instead of calling it Fireball, they're calling it Hadouken! Thank you.
I love that joke.
Thank you. Thank you. Damn, dude, I was terrified tonight. I'm so glad this isn't sucking. Alright, like last time I did this, it hurt so bad the next day I felt like I just drank tequila for like 12 hours straight.
Well, I did that on my birthday.
Anyway, moving along.
Ooh.
Oh, don't do that.
So the inventor of child locks must have been a creepy guy. You know? The inventor of child locks must have been a real creepy motherfucker to be like, in a boardroom meeting, and they're just like, hey, we got this new car coming out. Any ideas for special features? And you're just like, yeah, let's make it so the children can't escape. They're just like, all right, Charles, kidnapping device is just a little rough there. Why don't we just call it child locks? Yeah. I don't think I can do any better tonight. I'm going to end on that. My name is Mark Ritchie. I appreciate
That's great. Thank you for the gift. They are fantastic. One more time for Mark Ritchie.
He looks like he's got to get back to the cover band of the Killers, I feel like. He's in the Killers cover band.
Yeah, he's definitely singing Mr. Brightside in about an hour.
I'm Mr. Brightside.
You had a girlfriend that looked like a boyfriend that looked like a white guy. I don't know the lyrics.
I've been doing just fine.
All right, we got one more news story, then we have a couple of guests to grace our stage. Last news alert on the evening. What do we have left on our dossier of fake news we want to regale you guys with? Oh, look at that. Wow. Okay, looks like we have some more live updates from the NFL draft. Okay, NFL draft.
Still going on.
So, still going on to this very hour. It's a late draft. Up next in the 2018 NFL draft is the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills. Buffalo, of course, is still recovering from the loss of star running back O.J. Simpson from 40 years ago.
Their run game has never been the same.
They've not been the same
They
since.
are no longer killing it.
Let's see if they manage to find someone in this year's draft with the same killer instinct as the Juice. And with the fourth pick in the 2018 NFL draft, Buffalo has decided to pick blue cheese.
Blue cheese.
Buffalo picked blue cheese.
With the crumbles or without? Your creamy blue cheese?
Yeah, creamy blue cheese. Incredible.
Blue cheese.
Incredible. Buffalo has selected blue cheese.
We've walked two people. Oh, no, she's just going to the bathroom. She might be getting blue cheese.
That should be a perfect pairing. I'm guessing they're hoping blue cheese will cover the wings of the offense and just smother the flats.
That's a fun pun.
That's a deep ref to football and wings with blue cheese.
Who else is up? Isn't Jacksonville up next?
And with the fifth pick, Jacksonville Jaguars. Looks like they're drafting a nightlife with their number 5 pick. A nightlife. Just any club or bar with some options for a one-night stand.
Anything.
We'll, of course, continue bringing live updates of the 2018 NFL draft for you guys. See if a lot of you guys have gone to your cell phones at this point. And I respect that. Who's ready for the next guest of the evening?
Nice. Yeah. Cool. Make some fucking noise if you're ready for the next goddamn guest.
Somebody ready for the next guest of the evening? I don't know if anybody is listening at all. Just need a pulse in the room, a heartbeat. Is anybody ready for the next guest? Okay, cool. Moving along, the next person coming to the stage, a very interesting person who, despite being a white woman, experienced a very black thing today and got pulled over by the cops. Please put your hands together for Heather Thompson.
Thompson, everybody. Oh.
Hey.
Hey. I did. You got my message. It was terrifying. Just got a warning. You know what I mean? But
Wow.
still, I had to pull off into like a parking lot, and it was like we're both looking at each other with no trust. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just when we thought it was a black experience, it was completely white. Just a warning.
She got off with a warning where I usually get off with warning shots. So.
I did intentionally use words like "oh goodness" and "silly." just to lay it on him. Like, I don't think I look like a badass. It was a funny moment because he came to the window and he said, "Do you have drugs or guns on you?" Which was the point at which I said, "Oh goodness." And it was like terrifying and not a great experience. But I am so used to being a nerd. Like, I've heard the phrase, "Is she cool?" so many times I know I'm not. So to like to be like, you think I would? Do you think I could? I mean, I don't. I have the Razapam because I have nerves, but you're gonna figure out it's like Xanax, but it's generic. Oh, you'd like to go now? It's you don't even want to write the ticket anymore. Okay. I don't have drugs. I do have a DVD copy of Must Love Dogs, and I'm actually on my own for the weekend. If you're into that at all. I have some shows this weekend. I'm not sure how many people are going to come out. And I was like, you should have invited him. And I was like terrified he was going to rape me because it's a man and I've met the world. But then I also like really wanted us to fall in love because I've seen a million rom-coms. And it's like, I cross the median when I'm not supposed to. And then I don't have to go to weddings by myself anymore, right? That's how it works.
That's exactly how it works.
That's how it
Feels like
yeah.
every Katherine Heigl film.
That's the dream, right? No, I hate Katherine Heigl. I'm going to talk about my love life in a minute, but I'm going to do it in metaphors because I'm that kind of artsy bitch.
We love artsy white bitches.
I know you do. Back to me right away. Okay, so I get sucked in by clickbait, which I'm sure everyone does. Now here's where it gets weird and embarrassing. It's frequently about birds. Somebody thought I said birth the other night. No, nothing that interesting, like caca birds. And I've got my number now, so like my Facebook feed is just like Spanx and birds. So I see this title that says Nigel, saddest bird ever, and I was like, oh, that's all in my wheelhouse. If you wear Spanx, I'm gonna be in love. So I click on it, and it's about this colony of gannet. I don't know if it's gannet or gannet. Do you guys know? Gannet. Oh my God, I've been doing this joke for a while.
I'd like to give it up for the fellow white woman in the crowd,
Okay.
helping out other white women.
Is it Gan? Oh, that's the same chick that spells her last name Ty with a G and an H, so we can't believe
We
her.
can't trust her.
The internet doesn't tell me how to pronounce things, it just tells me how to feel about myself, you know?
That's
I'll tell you what, you Google the right thing, it'll tell you exactly how to pronounce it.
You're right, but I'm
Yeah.
lazy. So I'm a white woman, so I just am like, somebody help me, I don't feel like doing it. So Ghana, okay, now I know. So they build all these like concrete fake Ghana birds in the hopes that like a lonely idiot will be like friends and like land and breed there, just like if a drunk wandered into a bar with a bunch of mannequins in it. And they got Nigel. And Nigel took a lover. He picked one of the concrete birds and he says, "You're my lady." And he was devoted to her. He built a nest as tribute in front of her. He cuddled against her every night. He tried to plume her feathers. He didn't care that she was a cold fish and could never love him back. But here's where it gets really sad. Eventually, real other live birds came to the colony and Nigel would have nothing to do with them. It's like, I don't want the person who could give me something back. I want my concrete woman. And he died by her side. And all this is to say that I have recently allowed my heart to be broken by an adult who rides a skateboard. So I get you, Nigel. But it usually gets more of a reaction. There's like a one woman in the back who's been on the same ride as me.
You should have heard, there was a really sad story about her not fucking a guy on a mountain, so they're still reeling from that.
Hannah Tide put a lot of heartbreak in this
Yeah.
one.
That's true. A little too much darkness.
Leave it to the other white woman to leave the next white woman
In a hole.
in a hole.
Do I have to try and out sad her now? Is that it?
That's
Well,
pretty
isn't
bad.
that life?
Yeah. Am I the only one in here who gets sitting down in the shower sad?
I'm sure Hannah does.
There we go.
Hannah tried to fuck on top of a
Angela
mountain.
does.
Hannah, you feel it? What'd you say? I said I said, am I the only one who gets sitting down in the shower sad? Oh my God, I've done that.
Oh, so white woman stage for sure tonight.
See what you've done?
Sitting down, and you know you get sad too. You just don't feel as comfortable admitting it, right? Do you want to let it out a little bit?
Yeah.
Like, I know you curled up in the
That's
shower.
why I
right?
drink wine.
You drink a little white wine in the shower?
I drink the red because I wish I was dead. I'm red for dead.
I watched the first 10 minutes of Up just to feel nothing.
So fucking sad. You fucking outdid me. fight with a psychic. I have some dark shit in there.
I laugh at the end of Marley and Me.
Continue.
I laugh at the end of Marley and Me. So
I gotta get off the stage with these dark fucks. I think that's my time for
Hey!
tonight.
Shout out to the Phoenix PD. Only giving her a warning.
Framed an arrest by the good Phoenix PD to come and tell you how she connects very strongly with another white woman who failed to get fucked on top of a mountain. It's been a good day so far. We're going to move right along on our guests. We have one final guest on the show tonight. Our last guest gracing the stage is a person with a name that I hope I don't fuck up because I think they might be black. Please give it up for Davion Dumont!
There you go.
Hey guys, hi.
What's up?
Are you gonna keep that Ninja Turtle keychain?
You want it?
Because Brian Ritchie would love the shit out of a Ninja Turtle keychain. Can I straight jack your shit? It happened!
Oh, that's that black on black! That's that black on black crowd they be talking about!
That is, I saw that in a Lupe Fiasco music
That's what they
video.
be talking about!
I saw that in a Lupe
I
video.
heard this on Fox News.
Fox and Friends are not that friendly.
So I'm visiting. I'm in town from LA. I actually used to live in Phoenix, and then I moved to LA to live the dream.
It's good to see you.
And so I can say with most certainty that this is an audition for the prequel to Pulp Fiction.
Tell that bitch to be cool.
Playing young
Tell
Marlon.
that bitch to be
Tell
cool.
them be cool! I got to have that Hawaiian burger.
And me auditioning. It's called Zero Pulp Fiction.
Somehow we're both trying to be. Somehow we're both trying to be Samuel L. Jackson though.
It's
That's
a
fucked up.
smooth drink of a movie.
I'm pretty fucking
no
far
pulp in
from
that
all
movie.
right.
Zero
I'm
Pulp
pretty
Fiction.
fucking-
Added
Yeah,
All
calcium.
Oh,
LA
yeah,
privileges
yeah,
are
yeah.
revoked, alright?
Oh,
Please continue. This is a white woman's stage, and
This
they
is a
have
white
cried
woman's
twice
stage.
on the stage.
As both though being in downtown Phoenix, I do feel like I'm young Marvin. Little do I
It's
know,
a deeper cut.
I'm gonna get shot in the face at
It's a
some
deep
point.
cut. Deep cut. We can go Jackie
Little
Brown.
did
If you
you
want to go
know.
Jackie Brown, we can do
Stranger Than Fiction. See that movie, guys. It's a good movie. Little did he know. Yeah. All right. So
Shut up.
this shirt, I already got some grief about it. So here's the thing. As a comedian, sometimes you say things to people, and they're like, "That's really funny," and they're like, "Yeah," and you say, "Yeah, I wrote that. I invented that." And they're like, "No, you didn't." I'm like, "That's literally my fucking job, is to make things up. Why don't you think I did that? Because it's so good." I don't, no, that joke isn't. This isn't like a bit. This is real life. Why would someone tell you that?
I tell you what, Mike has said that to me at least 3 times this week.
You didn't write that.
Wait, is it good or that it's,
That can't be you.
it had to come from somewhere?
That ain't
Where
good.
you read that from? You get that on Reddit?
Yeah. Well, it was a lead-in because this shirt, Namaste Bitches, I invented this statement. You've seen it around, I'm sure, tons of times, but I took it from Wu-Tang, Konnichiwa Bitches, Method Man.
Sure. Who could forget?
And then when Namaste came out, most of this room, I feel
I
like,
think a lot of that. Konnichiwa
Most of
was
this
right
room.
here. Or no, that was Hiroshima was over there. Because they got bombed out over there.
Okay,
They're all
Michael,
gone.
that's enough.
They are gone.
You brought enough tragedy tonight.
Shout out to Nagasaki.
yeah, so the grief that I actually caught was from an Asian woman outside, not even kidding, because she looked at the shirt and she just had this look of disgust on her face. I go, no, it's not Namaste, bitches. It's Namaste, bitches! It's a celebration.
It's very jovial.
Okay, on the back,
Congenial.
it has Om and a spiral galaxy. It's like, hey, peace and love to everybody. Namaste, bitches.
You need a picture of Cardi B for the bitches, bro.
And fuck Cardi B. She don't do nothing. I'm sorry. I shouldn't speak ill of the dead. You guys in here?
Cardi B is
She's got a
right.
lot of white people in this room.
I know.
They love Cardi B. Alright?
Oh, yeah, whatever. You guys can love whoever you want. Anyhow, so this is my shirt, and I invented it. And if you want one, see me after the show
and I will tell you that you can't have one. Because I only made the one. Except someone who works at Stand Up Live is here. Is he still here?
Casey here?
There's Casey isn't there.
Jesus
He
Christ.
was just left by
Caleb?
now. Caleb?
Caleb, yeah.
Oh,
Caleb said if I want to get.
what's up,
Caleb
Caleb
said,
here? Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Caleb.
You son of a bitch.
Caleb, yell out what the compliment that you gave to me right back here. Yell it out.
I said that I thought you did a great set, and I fucking love your shirt. I wanted to, if I have to screen print it myself.
All right, that's
He
enough.
said this whole fucking
That's
thing.
enough.
I know, he said the exact fucking thing.
You wanted to scream out a fucking
Yeah.
paragraph?
And hold on. And you wanted to talk to me after the show, but you didn't because.
If you were going to put this set into one word, would you say narcissism?
Yeah.
Would that be it? Remember when he looked in the mirror?
Michael, you're being
I can't be
rude.
narcissistic, I'm Buddhist.
Oh, well, figure that. That's
know,
what
right?
they call an anomaly.
No, I honestly, I wasn't ready. I thought Brian Ritchie was going up tonight.
Oh, no,
That's
we
why I
only
gave
book,
him.
we don't
no, we
put-
book
we
funny people.
We don't put Brian Ritchie up.
Oh, shit.
We don't put Brian Ritchie up on this show. You're sadly.
Hey, he opened up for Linnell.
A lot of
That's
people
what
open
it's
up
about.
now.
You fuck, man. This is the whitest room I've been in. Jesus. Midsummer, there's a guy, a fucking heavyset white guy with a flannel and a beard as summer approaches. How do you live? I'm being serious.
Oh, that's Compton. He's a hologram.
Compton?
He's a
Compton,
hologram.
yeah. He survives from Ray LaMontagne concert to Ray LaMontagne concert.
He has a IV blood drip of IPA beers.
He's never been to Portland, but he could go there and everybody knows it.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone's like, oh, it's right. Hey, it's down. It's good to see you again. You've never been there.
Don't you live down on Euclid?
Don't you live down on Euclid, right? You're down Euclid right there.
Right in this moment, I get how every guest felt on the Muppet Show. I mean, because at the end of the day, they're just there taking, Muppet ski. That's not about the guests. It's
No.
about the Muppets.
No, it's about the Muppets.
It's about the Muppets.
Can you just be our Jason
The first
Segel?
person to
Can you be our
understand what's
Jason
happening up
Segel? He
here.
understands.
Davion Dumont, who understands, it's really just about me and Mike.
Yeah. I fucking love it. I told Reggie Walker, I said, this would be perfect at South by Southwest. Tell me that you guys have put in and made a run or
You know
talked
what?
to
They
some
don't.
people.
I'm on a red receipt and no response.
No
They even
response.
screenshotted my Snapchat.
I'm serious.
No, they don't fuck with us.
No, but I mean, have you put shit out there?
No. Also, I
Well,
like
we're
that it's
broadcasting on
video.
YouTube,
My
so
mother's
2.5
watching right now.
people.
We've got my whole family's
There's a
also
dog
watching right
watching
now on
on
YouTube.
I told you.
There's several dogs.
I told you, I've been from LA. I know some people who also have YouTube.
Look,
So,
Compton's got YouTube. Compton's got YouTube.
Compton is fresh on you.
I have two channels. I can give you 2 thumbs up myself.
Oh shit!
Hey, Davion.
Yes.
Ooh, we need that shit.
We all
Also,
need
we
that
need
shit.
one structured joke.
One structured joke.
One structured joke.
One structured joke. Okay, so here we go. Some white. Yo,
You get the grease lightning light right now.
you never shine a giant spotlight at a black guy against a brick wall. Fucking never.
Shout out to
Also-
the LA riots, baby.
You know the only person who's experienced that light tonight that wasn't at this show, Heather Thompson, for being
Heather
pulled over
Thompson,
by
yeah.
a cop.
She got a warning.
Unless there's a bat signal in it, then I'm all for it. I'm a huge geek. Okay, so here we go. A friend of mine asked me, what do you call? What do we call you guys? Hey man, black people. What do you call us? And I said, what do you mean? He goes, is it black or African American? I said, pick one and stick with it. Just decide yourself what you want to call us, because we can hear that pause you take while you're trying to figure it out. Like, is he cool? Can I say black or should I say African American? And one time you're gonna panic. You're gonna sound like Porky the racist. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, my ex-girlfriend, she was African, monkey. No, I'm not saying monkey because you're black. I mean, I was at the zoo and the gorillas were black. But they were behind bars.
She's got a silverback. She's got a silverback. Is what I'm saying.
So I said, you know what? Just pick one and stick with it. And what you do,
No comma before it.
yeah, don't let us correct you. Because sometimes we'll check you culturally just for no reason. We'll just do it. You know? So you'll say, yeah, my ex-girlfriend, she was black, African American. Fuck that guy. All right? Do not let yourself be corrected. If someone does that, you say, I know what I said. And we're going to be like, oh, shit, Eminem. All right.
Marshall.
Do you, player? So, after hooking him up, he's like, okay, so now that I got that figured out, how do I know from afar if someone is black or African American? Like, I'm just going to decide. I go, well, if they're a person of color who is a Republican, they're probably African American. If they're a person of color who is a Democrat, they're probably black. He goes, well, how do I know that? I'm like, let's say you're at a golf course. If they're playing golf, they're probably African American.
Shout out to OJ.
If they're carrying the bags, they're definitely black. Definitely black. And then lastly, he goes, okay then, well, I have lots of black friends, and you're one of my closest ones. Can I say the N-word? No. And I said, no, correct. But then he goes, well, what if it's in a song? I was like, you know what? I mean, I guess it depends on the song. You know, I mean, if you're in your car playing 50 Cent, roll your fucking windows down, bump it, and say the N-word as many times as that song wants. But if it's Kenny G, no. You can't be, nigga! Not the Kenny G! Well, thank you, Muppet Show. Muppet Fiction!
Give it up for Davion Dumont! Wow!
Hey, keep an eye out for Davion. Funny motherfucker, everybody. You
Give it up for Davion Dumont one more time. Namaste, bitches. Namaste, bitches.
Namaste, bitches.
That was fan-fucking-tastic. We had just a real swell time covering the awful week in America. Give it up one more time for Hannah Tighe, Mark Ritchie, Mike Enders, Davion Dumont, and of course Raymond Montoya. We do this every Thursday at 11 p.m. We broadcast it on YouTube on the little camera we have. And my name is Armor Newton. This is Michael James Turner. And we always end the week with something to help your week. Sit down and shut up, Thomas and Michael.
We got one more video for the weekend.
I'd like to show you one more thing to help your week suck just a little bit less. So here's our final little video.
Easy out here chilling, you know what I'm saying? I'm thugged out, nigga, but I just seen a motherfucking rainbow, nigga. Y'all nigga, that shit beautiful than the motherfucker. My baby mama.
See, I'd say he's black.
Okay, if you could just.
I would say he's black. That's all I'm saying. I'm learning. I was learned on that. I was taught that can you play one more time? What do you think? Do we think he's black or African American?
I will play it from the top.
Play one more time.
I will play it from the
Davion,
top.
and you can just. This is what my vote is. You can. I don't know. You can ask
Okay,
Davion.
let's start a video.
Chilling, you know what I'm saying? I'm thugged out, nigga, but I just seen a motherfucking rainbow, nigga. Y'all nigga, that shit beautiful than the motherfucker. My baby mama probably at the end of that bitch with gold big ass, nigga.
Hey, that is our show, baby.